So that kid, Nicholas Sandman.
Is that really his name?
That's his name.
Mr. Sandman. Bring me a tree.
Bum 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 bum.
Make him the cutest one that I've ever seen. I don't know the words anymore to the song. I really don't.
We were talking about Steve Bannon earlier in the Speedos.
Yeah.
If you had that in your mind by choice, I just figured you'd go the raunchiest.
No. He was just like walking around, not twerking to the thong song. Yeah, get that image out of your head.
I'm actually really sorry that that's what you were thinking about when he said that.
They pulled up and you hear that.
Ooh, that girl's so scared. You know, can't handle it. And he's saying that, like, who's it? And look in the eyes of the devil. You know, the hip hop spot, the black stocks, and black. And she was looking at me, oh gosh, she's got dumps like a truck. That's like, what? Baby, what? I keep singing again. She had dumps like a truck. That's like, what? All night long.
Let me see that thong. Baby,
that thong said I like the way. We're done.
And then you cartwheels.
Steve. Oh, it's like Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon's cartwheels.
Just cartwheels.
With Cisco.
Not getting me cuppers.
Think about it. Think about it.
He loves.
I mean, it's true though.
Why? I mean,
Look how much of that I was gonna say water. Clearly, there is no water in that. It's all sugar and yellow dye, number 5, with a hint of red in it.
that would make it orange. And that is clearly purple.
Yellow dye
And
number
it's
5
purple,
isn't necessarily yellow,
but that is purple from blueberries.
so it's perp.
No.
You on that lean? Hey, H-Town.
Oh my
I'ma come down and
I'm sorry.
I'ma come through. Me and my crew. H-Town. H-Town.
All the time.
That DJ Screw. What?
Yeah. Where were you? You could have came in with that.
I was gonna let you go. Like I didn't wanna
No. That's how we do it.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
We save each other.
That's right.
Shot calling rapper names. Fun, mellow.
Trey.
Yeah.
Like Trey Songz?
No. I was thinking Trey, thank you, Trey the Truth.
Oh man.
He's a Houston rapper.
Okay. But you said it like he was shouting like a Trey ad-lib.
Is that what Trey?
Trey!
Is that what Trey does?
Yeah.
I would actually listen to him.
Well,
I certainly not gonna listen to him now.
why not?
Because apparently, see, here's the thing. There are so many like stories about black men. There's so many stories about black men being violent to black women. I don't know which person did what thing.
You know what Trey Songz did?
Was he the?
He put
was
the text
Megan
message
Stallion?
out. No, that was Tory Lanez.
Okay, see, that's the thing here. Okay.
But Trey also was connected to Meg Thee Stallion in the past. There's a video that people started recirculating when this recent allegation came out against Trey Songz.
Okay, so Trey is the kidnapper.
Trey is the kidnapper.
He's the wouldn't let particular women leave his hotel
Yeah,
room.
the quote unquote e-thoughts. He would have them in hotels. E-thought?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, so you know what a thought is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that hoe over there.
Yeah.
And then the e-thought is the internet, that hoe over there.
First of all, internet starts with an I.
It's like email.
Oh, okay. Okay, so electronic thought as opposed to...
There you go.
Internet.
Yes.
Because if it was iThought, Apple would sue them.
They totally would.
That's us.
They totally would.
We haven't put that product out yet, but it's coming. What would the Apple iThought be?
The Apple iThought, yo.
I just wonder one.
That's multiple levels right there.
Look.
Them thoughts coming down from the cloud.
I like how you said the thoughts coming down from the cloud.
Yeah.
That's not. Never mind.
You guys act like Siri's not going to be built into this.
Shh.
You know what? I bet that was the working name.
She listening.
I bet that was the working name. Like of Siri. Call it the iPod.
Wow.
No, you don't think?
You think Tim Apple was just like, hey, yo, I thought.
Yes.
What's his name? It's not Tim Apple. It's Tim.
Did you say Tim Apple?
Tim Apple. That's what Trump calls him. So everything that Trump says, I'm like, yo, that's my man. So it's got to be true. Tim Apple. Tim Cook. Tim Cook.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So yeah, there's video of Meg in the back of a car with Trey. Well, Trey's in the front, and there's her girlfriend or something. There's other people in there. Mm-hmm. She is clearly not in a space to drink anymore.
Okay.
I mean, for one, drinking in the car. I mean, I understand you got money, but that's dangerous. Don't do that, kids.
She wasn't driving.
There's still alcohol in the car.
I don't drink, so.
Thank God she wasn't driving.
Apparently, thank God I'm not either.
Somebody had the camera on her and she's just looking like this. Like she's gone. And your boy Trey is like, Trey! And he's
First of all,
trying to
that's not my
pour.
boy.
Okay.
I don't know him.
All right. Jay's boy Trey is sitting over here trying to pour some Henny in her mouth, and she's like, what? And her girlfriend's like, no, she's drunk. He's like, but, and then the video like cuts off. That was circulating against him, and then he put out those text messages from the E-Thought. I don't know what her name is.
You should probably think of it before we call her E-Thought anymore. That's
Look, I'm not called. This is what the streets, aka Twitter, the Twitter world calls her. Calls sex workers.
E-Thoughts.
E-Thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they was this actually a sex worker, or was this just like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a famous person.
Which one?
The E-Thought.
I guess she might have a little bit of fame now.
But like, what is she popular on? I'm trying to help.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
You're like, where can I find this girl?
Oh no.
Yeah, if you're looking to support her and other sex workers, just go to onlyfans.com.
Okay.
Subscribe.
Okay, time out.
No. That was Trey Songz.
Sounds like why would you do Tory Lanez? That's already the name of a porn star.
Oh, it's just Tory Lane.
Out of Z, it's the same fucking thing. He named himself after a porn star.
I am very confused as to how we got here.
Because of the thottery.
Is that like the thinkery up from?
I'm telling you, man.
You know how you like go to the gym and you drop your kids off at the little like play place in the front of the gym?
Uh-huh.
I think that's what the thinkery is for the thottery. Like you just like, and then the parents go and never mind.
Man, we can make some.
Light show area.
Yeah.
The light show area, the red light district.
There you go.
Wow.
Thottery. Okay.
Wet and Wild Waterfall.
Now, Tory Lanez is the one who shot Meg the Stallion.
That's not who you're talking about.
No, that was Trey Songz.
That's
I
right.
get them confused too. That's
Trey.
I took a bathroom break before. Are y'all doing it?
Yeah, we were, but you know it's fine.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay.
Now we're here now, Playboy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
You're deep in. You had already told your wife that you are looking up OnlyFans. that you know that Tory Lanez is a porn star. Like you're in now.
Tory Lane was a part of my life way before my wife.
For the record, I just want to point out that this is being recorded. Like we didn't miss this front part.
True.
So if I make an announcement next week, it is because Jay destroyed this part of the tape. It's not because we missed it. It's not because it didn't make the cut. It's because
He's like,
it
yeah,
was a thing at one point.
let's put a mark at that time.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take that out when I said all this.
Yeah.
There's just some really weird editing.
Yeah.
Something missing.
Tory Lane's skills include, I was talking about the artist, not the performer. Not that performer.
He said not the performer, not that performer.
Who else?
There's always Robert.
Mr. Kelly.
Robert.
Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, Gail.
Robert. Now, Robert.
You're killing me with this, man.
Robert.
You're killing me.
Robert. Mr. Kelly. It's okay.
You saw the interview, right?
You believe you can fly, remember? You don't see nothing wrong. The world's greatest.
When a woman's fed up.
Honestly, I think like
Mama taught me a long time ago.
Honestly, I think sometimes like you need to remind R. Kelly that he also wrote like gospel music somewhere in there. Like when R. Kelly is wild, like when he was peeing on a girl, somebody should have just been like, I can't even think of a song that he wrote, like a gospel song that he wrote right
It's like,
now.
why are you touching my shoulder like that?
Because I'm trying to rub. Oh, never mind. Trying to rub some Jesus.
That sounds like a line R. Kelly would have used too.
Oh, that's.
Trying to bump and grind your way into heaven.
How would that even work?
I don't know, but I'm sure R. Kelly has used that and many other lines from many songs that he has written. What songs do you think were influenced?
It's weird. That's why I can't listen to R. Kelly anymore.
Yeah.
It's weird to think of those songs in the context of, like, children.
I'll be forgetting sometimes that there was a 14-year-old in the video.
Aaliyah was 15.
Yeah, when they got married.
And
But age ain't nothing but a number. So, ipso facto,
no.
it all works out.
Nope.
She said it was okay.
Mm-hmm. She's also a child. There are things that children can't consent to. But also, there are things that, like, you just, see, because I want to bring it back. And it's like, these people are adults. But, like, you just shouldn't be violent to women.
Yeah.
But, like, I know that it's not controversial to me, and it's not generally controversial to you, but then it's like, you see all these people defending these, like, guys, and it's like, why are you defending this?
Or not saying anything at all. Because when the Meg story first jumped off,
Yeah.
there were mad jokes flying left and right about both Tory and Meg. But nobody was like, maybe we should stop. And then when she came out and said, hey, yeah, Tory shot me, I was covering it up because I didn't want him to get beat up or possibly killed by police. Then none of his peers, or none of their peers, the male peers, didn't say shit. As some of them apologized to Meg. Oh, I thought it was a joke. My bad. But
I mean, I think it's interesting. I've never told a joke where it's like, oh yeah, he shot me in the foot. Like, I don't think I've ever, like, said that, like, ha ha, got you. Like, I don't think that's been a...
it's like, yeah, this ain't Harlem Nights. This is real life. You remember that?
Yes, I do. Eddie Murphy and that was pretty good.
Only thing I could do well.
No, you did Gumby earlier. It was good.
That was not Gumby.
I don't care. It sounded like Gumby. It's Gumby to me.
I don't even remember who it was. Fine, it was Gumby. I don't care.
What was her name? What's her name? It's something with a D.
Delarice?
Yeah. Yeah.
Touched by an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you watch Touched by an Angel, you would never even believe how, like, vulgar Delarice could be.
Yeah. I mean, it's acting.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, like, yeah.
You think R. Kelly's ever called himself an angel in any of his songs?
I don't know.
Should be touched by an angel. That's He's in jail though, so let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate that.
I don't know that I just, well, yeah.
Be honest with me. When's the last time you listened to an R. Kelly song?
I thought you were about to ask, was the last time I went to jail? I was like, what?
No, we protect
2015, but
we protect our black men, our non-problematic, non-toxic black men.
Okay. I think the point that she made, and it is a very real point, and a point that's been made like for a very long time. This idea that like because the justice system is so just bad, right? Like the justice was so bad, black women have felt like they've had to suffer abuse and then just hold it within themselves and take it in silence and never report it and never get help because like, whereas, hey, maybe you want a reprieve from abuse, you don't want that person who's abusing you to die, or you don't want that person taken from your kids forever. Like, you want help. You want him to stop the abuse. You want all of those things. And so, women have held that in a way that's very like admirable and indicates an inner strength that isn't often shown. And what we've done is we've vilified women on both sides, right? Because we'll be like, oh, why don't you just leave? Or why don't you just report that person? And the reason is because they're like holding it down for you.
Or
holding it down for like your brother or your uncle, or whatever.
Or it's like, oh, but don't you already have a history of sleeping with this person, that person, that person?
Yeah, that doesn't mean I like just because I have a history with some. Just because I have a history, I was deciding if I was going to use this word. Just because I have a history with someone doesn't mean that person can't rape me, and it doesn't mean that I want to be raped by that person on a different day. Like there are days that I don't want to have sex with a particular person, and on those days I shouldn't have to, and it shouldn't be taken from me. So to take sex is like not okay. Also, like, to kidnap somebody, to not allow them to leave, like what are we doing? Like literally.
I think
we all should have learned from bed knobs and broomsticks that you shouldn't kidnap people.
What is bed knobs and broomsticks?
You never saw that movie?
No, what is that? Is that a Tyler Perry movie?
I've never seen that.
It's like a Disney. It's a children's movie. A Tyler Perry movie.
A Disney movie.
It is. It's like where this like kind of a witch of a guy like kidnaps these children and puts them in cages. He's basically Trump. He's putting with these children, puts them in cages, and then they have to like go and find the king who's a lion, and there's lots of, and I'm pretty sure it has the guy from Mary Poppins in it.
They have to.
That guy. I'm pretty sure he's in it too.
They have to go find a lion.
He's like the king of the land that they're in.
What? How do they get out of the cages if they were locked in the cages?
So
does the lion break through the?
Other kids who aren't in cages need help to save the kids who are being put in cages.
Wow.
I actually don't know what the lion does. I can't remember. I just know they have to go find him at some point. Bed knobs and broomsticks? Bed knobs and broom posts? Something like that?
I have not heard of this.
Yeah, bed knobs and broomsticks.
Bread knobs.
Bed knobs. Yeah.
Bed knobs and breadsticks.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it looks like it's got a like Baloo and then
a lion and
the lion from the Jungle Book.
Wait a minute. Are these kids?
Or no, the lion from the Robin Hood. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Is it a cartoon?
It's like half cartoon, half. It's like Space Jam.
Oh, well, thank God they don't do those anymore.
Wow. They're making another Space Jam. It comes out in 2021.
So
No.
It's got Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
Space Jam was all right.
Oh, dude, it's got Bruce Forsyth.
Yeah, that's the Stepping Time dude, is it not?
Swinburne or Swinburne?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Hey, you talk about me and my references.
Look, I didn't know that like bed knobs and broomsticks was gonna be a obscure reference.
I guess.
All right. Anyway, I don't even know where we're at. Oh yeah. So whatever.
Talking about people in cages and
yeah,
not being released from their hotel room.
That whole reference was to bring the point. You shouldn't kidnap people.
So technically,
Yes.
was it kidnapping?
If you don't allow someone to leave, that's abuse.
If they agree to it, if they consent to, okay, I'm cool, I'll stay in this room for the next week.
Yeah, but that is not the same thing as like standing in front of the door or like locking someone in and then not letting them leave. Like, even if I agree, like, oh yeah, I really want to be here. Like, so like right now, if I was like, actually, I really need to go. And then
I can't let you do that, Marlon.
You very sensually and sexually put this hand on my chest.
Did I do that sensually?
Yes, it's very sensual.
I should have put some music in there in slow-mo.
Yeah, we did.
It's got to be
That
a
was
little,
a weird song to
it'll be a little, slow the tempo down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have rhythm. So you can't hold that against me by law.
Okay.
My hands were still on my hips.
I know, I saw. That's why I quickly decided that we were done. But yes, if you do that, you are now like exercising a control that you shouldn't have over my person, over my body. And especially if it's, because I'm not saying this is you. This was like what was, anyway, especially if it is to have sex with me more times before I get to leave.
Yes.
Like, that's kidnapping. It's taking sex. It's a lot of it. Like, it's exercising control you shouldn't have.
No. And that's what was going on in that situation. I don't remember what her name is, but she was in an interview with Adam22, who has his podcast.
I'm just glad you didn't call her Ethot again. Like, that was just rude.
No, we're off that. That was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know her name either.
But she was detailing a few encounters that she had, and she did say that Trey was like, hey, you're going to stay in this hotel room.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, so when can I leave? He's like, what? You can leave when I get finished.
You can leave when my flight is scheduled, but then he wouldn't tell her when the flight was scheduled.
Yeah, and then she was saying that he would just come in and be like, yo, it's time, and just do whatever he wanted to do often. Very, very often. And then some people don't see a problem with that.
How? I think honestly, like,
it's the devaluation of women.
For sure, because if a man came and did that to you, or a woman came and did that to you, like, some people who are idiots would be like, oh, if a woman did that to me, I'd love it, but they're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, there was a story, this was a long time ago, where this guy came in to rob these people at a beauty salon, and they fought back. Mm-hmm. And then instead of calling the police, one of the like ladies who worked at the beauty salon trapped him in like her basement and decided to take sex from him, to the point where she ended up detaching his frenulum. And you can, if you want to, you can Google that and figure out what that is. But it is part of the male anatomy. And yeah, so like, it's not something, like, even as a man, that would be an enjoyable experience. Yeah. Plus, like, you can be aroused as a man, and it doesn't mean that you want sex. And that's what I think a lot of people don't get, especially when they think like, women can't rape men. And it's like, that's not true. What?
So you're aware,
yes, that
this exact thing that you're talking about, Cardi B has been accused of in the past.
I did not know that.
She's admitted to it.
Interesting.
Kind of what Hustlers is based off too.
Oh, really? Is she in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lizzo. They play bit roles.
Yeah. Well, we don't really care about Lizzo on this podcast, but
what's wrong with Lizzo?
She's a black woman, okay? Just take her over there.
Is Cardi B not?
Kinda.
Oh no!
But she got the WAP though.
Oh my gosh!
She got the WAP.
Are we about to do this?
No. Just real quickly, there was some Instagram posts that Cardi had made in the past about the things that she had to do when she was a dancer. You know, she was living in poverty. She was in the situation where she already didn't have a lot of control. So she said that she would meet dudes at the club. And the agreement was, hey, we're going to have some sex. And then she would put something in their drink. and basically they'd get roofied, right?
She Bill Cosby these dudes.
She did, by her own admission.
Huh.
And I don't recall if she said that she had sex with him, but the main point of it was like, hey, I'm trying not to get myself hurt in this situation. So what I'm going to do is
make them to where they can't be that much of a threat.
And then rob them.
Yeah. So I would say it's not okay. And if one of those individuals wanted to, I don't know why I laughed. If one of those individuals wanted to like press charges and say like, hey, that wasn't okay, I would say, you know what? Straight up, get your money, get your justice.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because there were so many dudes who were trying to bring up this example and then be like, oh, well, this is double standard because y'all coming after Bill Cosby. All he was trying to do was buy NBC, and then they got to him. But then you got Cardi B on the other side, and it's like, well...
No, they can both go to jail. It's like,
it's like there's...
That's what needs to happen. Like,
there's levels to it.
For sure.
There's definitely levels to it.
That said, within those levels, I think you also have to think about Matt Lauer versus Bill Cosby.
Oof.
Where essentially the same thing, taking sex. And Matt Lauer is somewhere like chilling at home with the millions he made, and Bill Cosby's in jail. Not saying Bill Cosby shouldn't be in jail. Bill Cosby can stay there for a while, for all I am concerned.
He have all the pudding pops he wants.
Saying pudding pops in jail?
We have pudding.
Yeah. I'm just saying Matt Lauer should be in the cell next to him. Like, hey, Bill. Like, that's what, if what we thought happened, or if like what was reported happened, Matt Lauer should be like right next to him. Like,
You talking about the dungeon that he had in his office?
Yes. I don't think it was a dungeon, but yes.
No, somebody was like, yeah, he had a button and a trap door open up. It's probably the same thing that Ellen was probably dropping him into his dungeon. Holy, it all comes together.
No,
Pizzagate, I got it, man. QAnon, I got you. I got you.
Conspiracy theory that doesn't even make sense.
Ellen, George Soros, Kevin Spacey, Bill Cosby.
Okay, can we jump out of
No. I'm not finished. Hillary Clinton.
Could you be though?
Bill Clinton.
Not me.
Jeffrey Epstein, not Trump. Okay? Just because they're friends or they took pictures doesn't mean that they're friends and they know each other. But Hillary Clinton. Who else is in pizza?
In pizza?
Chrissy Teigen. All of Hollywood, baby. Alyssa Milano.
Are you done? You just naming people now.
QAnon. I got you. I got you.
Facebook's about to take us down.
He in it too. What are you talking about? So you're like, yo, those my people shouting them out. Don't forget to shout your boy out.
Oh my gosh.
Just call me the Zuck though.
That's weird. I forgot what I was going to say now. It was something. Oh yeah. Anyway. Okay, back. Matt Lauer did not have a dungeon, but he did have like a lock that where he could lock his door and like drop the shades from his desk.
Is that not a dungeon?
I think of dungeons as like dank basements where you're like
Dank.
not that kind of dank.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So the point is, in that same vein of, hey, there's clear injustice. Like, there's clear injustice, and that's not lost on black women, and in this case, Meg Thee Stallion, who is saying, like, because there's clear injustice, I don't feel comfortable, like, laying that out to authorities where that unequal justice is likely going to be displayed towards this person who, even though, like, this person did me wrong, like, I don't know that that's the justice that I want to seek, because it would be, like, a justice that's unequal. And I think that is the problem. I think if we fix justice, then maybe we do a better job of holding black men accountable and using the law to do so when we need to. And it's unfortunate that it's weighed on, like, that this weight falls on black women so often to protect black men while black men abuse black women. That's how I end that section. But yeah.
So you're saying that you want Joe Biden to make another crime bill that targets black men specifically?
Not saying that.
See?
Did not say that at all.
That's who he's voting for. That's what he wants.
It's who I'm voting for, not what I want.
He wants to destroy the greatest economy, the greatest African American employment numbers since ever. That's not true anymore. I mean, it was until the hoax China virus came in.
When did that start? Also, COVID-19. When did that start? When did that upward trajectory of black jobs start?
No, it started when Trump came in office.
Lies.
It was at its lowest it's ever been while Obama was president. And it's going to get low again when Kamala Harris becomes vice president.
Kudos to saying it right.
I had to think about it.
Kudos for saying it right. And that's nonsense. I mean, it's not nonsense, but like...
It's what she said in her speech at the DNC.
It's not nonsense, but it ignores so much. So like that trajectory started with Obama. It continued through Trump. So if I really wanted to make the argument that Obama made such robust policies that even Trump couldn't like downgrade how much it helped black employment, I could make that. But you know, he's not a miracle worker. Like if he was, he could have made COVID-19 go away.
Who, Trump?
No, Obama is not a miracle worker, which means like they weren't so robust that they could not they could outlast COVID-19.
Well, I think Trump can make COVID go away.
Oh, really? By just saying it's a fraud?
No.
Oh, how about by like
he called it a hoax.
Okay. How about by hydroxychloroquine? Is that it?
Maybe. Nobody knows.
Okay.
But there are promising testing results.
I'm pretty sure people know.
All we have to do is stop testing, and then we don't have any more COVID cases.
That is not true, and don't make me explain this one more time.
That is true.
It's not true. Okay.
You don't need to explain.
It drives me nuts because we could test for you could test for gangrene, right?
Who has gangrene?
Lots of people. You can test for gangrene, and what you would find is that you wouldn't find a lot of people with gangrene because it's not actively spreading among the population.
I thought you were going to say that if you test for gangrene and you're 100% certified gang. If you have it, right? Is that how that works? Children, can you
Find yourself out.
Can you let Can you educate Marlon on what it is to be gang?
Please,
but green?
Don't do
there was a gangrene gang on Powerpuff Girls.
Congratulations.
They were certified.
Were they spreading actively?
Yeah. They were actually. That's how they recruit. They sneeze on you, you get the disease, and then you gang.
Interesting.
Green.
Not quite how gangrene spreads, I don't think, but yeah. Anyway.
That's how coronavirus spreads.
We need to very quickly jump into the DNC.
So I already said, I was going to call her coronavirus for some reason. Kamala Harris.
Oh, wow.
See, because every time I'm about to say her name, I have to get it prepared in my head.
And you thought coronavirus would be the way to pronounce it.
Like, coronavirus Harris.
Okay, what about her?
She had a speech where she seemed really happy and determined, and Joe Biden had a speech where he didn't mess up.
Yeah.
He said that he was going to be a friend to the light and not the darkness. I was like, what video game did he play before he got on stage?
Hey, look, it works.
That was definitely a line from Pokemon.
Look, people love Joe Biden's speech.
Yeah, even Fox News was saying, hey, he didn't mess up.
People apparently didn't like Kamala Harris' speech, but probably because she mentioned race and Black Lives Matter and the history of racism. And white people were like, would never like a speech. Well, many white people would not enjoy a speech like that acknowledges such historical accuracy.
Well, I think the white people who didn't like it Didn't like it because she's not black. She's not down with the struggle. She doesn't have any slave blood in her. Word to my man, Rush Limbaugh, who got up on stage. He didn't get up on stage. He got on his little platform and was like, she's not down with the struggle.
Oh my gosh.
Her dad is Jamaican.
You know,
There's no African in that.
The problem I have, yes, also with Rush Limbaugh, but it's also with black people who are mirroring this argument when it is stupid.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, does she have an Oakland booty?
What?
She was raised in Oakland.
Yeah.
She was born in Oakland. She wasn't raised in Oakland.
So like,
She, much like Joe Biden, abandoned Oakland at a young age. I think she was.
I don't think Joe Biden abandoned Oakland.
Well, he didn't abandon Oakland, but he abandoned Scranton, which is what he claims. That's his set.
Yeah, but like this idea of like someone abandoning, like you don't abandon something when you're 8. Your parents like move you somewhere. She wasn't like, I hate this place. Get me out of here. Like, or like, I'm gonna take a job.
She was like, these peasants.
Like, you're not in South Chicago. Like, I'm gonna take a job in Evanston while you're 8. Your parents are like, no, we going to Evanston. Like, you know, like I don't understand. This is like a bad, like you had all. So it's the same thing with like immigrants. When you're like you should have come here legally. There are a lot of dreamers who are like, I was 3. Like, what do you want from me?
Well, I mean, Pac was born in New York,
Okay.
but he never claimed it.
Okay.
He was West Side till I die, and you know he did die earlier than he probably should have, but. He was true to the game. I don't see that coming out of Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
They are. They literally do claim Oakland and claim Ohio.
What?
They claim Kamala Harris claims Oakland.
Scranton's not in Ohio.
Scranton's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I bet there's a Scranton, Ohio.
It probably is, but it ain't the one that you thinking of.
All right, whatever. Yeah, sorry.
That's the actual one that Joe Biden claims.
But they do claim where they're from. Like, that's not a big deal.
But they abandoned them when they were children.
But back. When we go down this, it does not matter. Kamala Harris is black. I don't understand like the argument here. Like, she's as black as me.
So I don't think that that's true for our viewers.
Why?
I mean, because you could just like look at the contrast.
No, we're not talking about. I mean, we are talking about skin color. Like, she obviously has a dark skin color. I mean, she's not as black. She's probably like she this black, but she's not. She closer. I'm sorry, I'm still a little darker. She's closer to this black than this black, but. She's black, and culturally she's black, and all of this like stuff to somehow like stratify who's black and who's not, and who's Middle Eastern and who's not, and which one matters more. Like, it's silly.
Yeah, but white people.
No, because black people are doing it too. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking about. I'm not even on that platform anymore. I know who you're talking about.
Wait, are you back yet?
No.
Oh my gosh. For the record, Girard got kicked off Facebook.
I'm on Facebook. I might be on Facebook probation now. I don't know. I gotta check with my PO.
Is that Zuck?
Nah, it's one of his underlings.
Underlings?
He's just running the jail. You barely see him.
Yeah, I see.
Only when it's time to clean up your page, stop by. Let me go ahead and drop a little ad directed at black folks.
Anyway.
You like chicken?
What?
That's what Zuckerberg.
Okay, I think it's silly. And Kamala Harris is black. She's also Indian. And one doesn't somehow like nullify the other. And she can hold both of those identities and a number of other identities and still be prepared to take on the presidency should Joe Biden not be able to do so. So, for
some reason, this happens a lot with folks who are mixed.
Oh, for sure. And just like the racist part of it is just like it all kind of like culminates with this like birther argument.
Yeah.
Like they don't look at white people like, but were they born here? But like black people, they're like, but weren't they born here? Like what?
It's like Ted Cruz was born in Canada.
Yeah, but I also think
Ted president.
Yeah, and he is allowed to, and that's a good part of the rule that you should be allowed to do that. For that.
Barely anybody said anything about that during his run.
Not even a little bit.
When he's running for Senate again, I guarantee you, no one's gonna bring it up.
No,
They wouldn't even let Arnold do it. But it is more clear cut, I guess.
yeah. Arnold is definitely not from there.
Yeah.
Arnold is not.
Stop.
Only thing I can say that sounded even remotely close was actually his name. So yeah.
Can you do like a noise? You know, he has like his ad libs.
Get to the chopper.
They'd be like, no, come on, kill me.
Jeez, it's a very distinct one.
It's a predator, man.
Oh, okay.
And we were talking about predators earlier, so you know what I'm saying.
Oh man.
All friends, good.
What were we talking about earlier?
We're talking about the DNC, man. Kamala Harris. What?
No. I actually meant earlier. Before
predators like Tory Lanez and
I see what you're
Trey
saying.
Songz.
You know what's in my head though? The conversation we had about boats, and I was trying to figure out what the context was.
We were talking about boats?
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Off mic.
Yeah, off mic.
Yeah.
We were talking about, but what was the context of that? I know it has something to do with COVID-19.
Florida.
Florida.
Because, Because in Florida, apparently, people are like, yo, coronavirus, F that virus. We don't believe in it. We believe in getting this money.
Okay, so first of all, I am sure that they probably talked to a lot of people and they just cherry picked the most ignorant.
That's what they do.
Yes.
But when you look at the broader context of it,
there was enough ignorant people in that video.
All those folks that were at the beach, they weren't social distancing, they didn't have no masks. There was one person in there who was like, you know what? I mean, I'm out here, but I'm like keeping my distance because I gotta go to work tomorrow.
But he was not keeping his distance, and he's basically going to like take the coronavirus to work. I'd be mad. Yeah.
Like you really brought that to work with you,
right? Like you was out there like wilding over the weekend, and you just gonna come to work like trying to kill all of us.
Like you think it's bring your COVID to work day?
Bring your COVID. Speaking of boats, Bannon was found on a boat.
He was found on a boat.
He was. He's found on a boat.
This man got arrested on a boat.
Yeah, exactly. Which
you see, this is what happens. This is why you gotta let a hustler hustle.
Uh-oh.
Because the man was making money. Him and his three boys. Huh?
Colphage. That's the other guy.
There's three of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I only know of Colphage.
They're like the Ninja Turtles of scammers. So Steve Bannon. No, that's the Scammer Hall of Fame right there.
Okay. He's already in Ohio. That's where he is.
So yeah, he's in Scranton.
Okay. That's not where it is.
Steve Bannon and his squad, the three other people that I don't know their names.
Okay. One of them was Colphage. Gotcha.
Cole, J. Cole. They decided to run a scheme talking about, hey, we build walls. That's not what it's called.
No, it was actually called like We Build the Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a GoFundMe page. And then like all explicitly on the GoFundMe page, they were like, every dollar is going to be used to build the wall between the United States and Mexico.
To keep Mexicans out.
Basically. Also more than Mexicans. But yes, to keep people out. And
You're going to say people of color.
No, I was not.
Well, that would have been apt.
It would have been apt, but I was not going to say that. But yeah, to keep people out. And
Where'd that money go? Where'd that money go?
Yeah. Yachts. It went to the making of like a 2001, 2000.
Here's a number counter. Okay, here's the number counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alexa,
6.
stop. See? See, they listening. Jeff Bezos.
They don't want the truth. They're withering into like essentially making it what.
As soon as you started getting into some real shit,
that's what I said.
Alexa was like, let me go ahead and stop you right there.
Yeah, exactly. It went into making like a 1990s to like 2003 rap music video where they just got like chains and yachts and
Cristal.
yeah, exactly.
Like we're gonna be popping bottles.
Yeah.
And then the boat police showed up.
Actually, it was USPS.
That's right. USPS did it.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're doing something. Maybe
They're actually out there to just dump your mail ballots in the sea.
Oh no.
Let's go around him up real quick.
Yo, they're Democrats. Stop those Democrat mailmen. I'm sorry, mail people.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, but yeah, he was going to just like bolster their lifestyles. And like, wow, yeah, let's go all around my house. Essentially.
The man got pulled over on a boat.
Yes. Ain't that the whitest thing they can find? If I ever came to you and was like, yeah, I was on a boat and they pulled me over, what would your reaction be?
Should be like, did your credit score go up?
Because mine would be real offensive. Cause like if you just came home and you were like, yeah, I was riding my boat and I got like, who'd you steal a boat from?
This man said riding my boat.
Yes.
No, so I just picture Bannon having like a Speedo on and like an open robe.
Oh my goodness.
And a wine glass in his hand. And he's just swirling around and then
USPS pulled up like, could you get some pants on so we can go?
Yeah, Steve Bannon is a rough looking dude. Not like rough like he looked like he could fight somebody. He looks like the human like he's the human embodiment of COVID.
That's rude.
Like you seen those Mucinex commercials?
He does kind of look like. Stop! I'm not even gonna say that. He does kind of look like that, but
man, like Osmosis Jones got to do some work in that one.
Okay, before we go,
He's got pimples popping.
What do you think people are expecting from, or people are hoping for, from Donald Trump during the RNC?
What do I think people are hoping for? Which people are we talking about? We talking about his base? We talking about people who aren't going to vote for him?
The people who are going to watch the RNC. What do you think that they're hoping for?
I think they want to see Donald Trump every night.
Okay.
They just want it to be the Trump National Convention, the TNC.
TNC.
And they already have like a cavalcade of supervillains going to speak. You got that kid.
Like straight Suicide Squad. Just
you got
like
that.
they let them out for one night.
For one night.
Talking at the TNC.
If you say anything bad about Trump, you gone, baby. Nicholas Sandman is the you said child earlier.
Yeah, he's a child.
He was
He's kind of still a child.
he's like an old kid.
Yeah.
Because he's 18 or 19 now, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. At the time that occurred, I think he was 17.
Okay.
And the incident was
It's like a Native American display, and he was standing there like staring awkwardly, and
with a bunch of other teenagers in MAGA hats.
Yeah, and he essentially, I mean, they painted him as if he was being disrespectful. And if you review the video later, he wasn't really being disrespectful. But also, like, understand that was he wearing a MAGA hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, you in a MAGA hat, like understand the context of history. You as a white person in a MAGA hat, kind of invading someone's space, and maybe it was the Native American invaded his space, but like you could back up, like you could move out of the way. Anyway, point is, he sued for defamation because they painted him badly, and he won settlements.
He got the M's off.
But I'm not sure that like somehow for me qualifies you to like
Speak at the RNC?
Yes, but also like who else did they have? I mean, like Satan's busy, so like who? No, all right, we're done.
Satan wouldn't show up to that.
Why not?
Satan got some style and flavor and panache. Nobody at the RNC has that.
Satan got panache.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at him with his like horns and whatnot.
All right. I would actually make the argument that Satan's going to be at the RNC in droves. Never mind. Anyway.
He got a little bit more compassion than that.
I think what makes him Satan... Oh, you're saying RNC has more compassion than
No, Satan has more compassion than RNC.
I think what makes him Satan is he doesn't.
All he does is dangle the apple. That's all he does.
That's not true.
He's not the one out here being like, hey, kid, drink some hydroxychloroquine. I guarantee it'll solve all your problems. Go ahead, drink that bleach.
That kind of is a very Satan thing to do, actually.
But Satan wouldn't do it.
He kind of did, though. I mean, check. I mean, you literally described how he sold the apple to Eve.
So, they didn't die, though.
Actually...
Well, I mean, they lost their eternal life. But
well, if you go back and you flip all the way in the back of the book,
come on now.
Genesis 3.
Come on now.
What happened? What? It's Genesis. Ooh, it's 1 through 3. We just gonna keep it moving. Genesis. No, I'm lying.
2 Corinthians.
I'm right. Genesis 3. You see the God. He comes in the garden and he talks to. It's not Genesis 3. Read it for yourself. So what happens is God comes to the garden and he says, you can eat everything except leave this tree alone.
Come on now.
But then the Satan comes in the form of a serpent.
Tell it.
Y'all don't hear me.
Tell it.
Take it up. You see, so Satan, what he does is he comes to Eve and he says, listen.
Yes.
This tree is good to look at. This tree is good for food. This tree will give you the knowledge of good and evil. That's the same argument. Thank you. Did actually get that's the same argument. It's like, oh, this is going to be good for you. This is going to save your life. All this kind of stuff. But what the Lord had said, y'all thought I was done. I just missed my organ. Listen, what the Lord had said was, if you eat the fruit of this tree in the midst of the garden, you'll surely die. And Satan said, will you surely die if you eat from the tree?
Yes, Amen.
All right, fine, I'm done. Anyway, point is, that's the same argument. Eat this, you won't die. In fact, you'll live. You'll know more. In fact, the argument there was like, you'll know what God knows. Like, you'll know what God is trying to hide from you. And that's what they're saying. They're like, hydroxychloroquine actually works, but they're trying to hide it from you, the fact that it works. Literally the same argument. I didn't know I was going to get there today. I didn't know I was going to break that down like biblically. But
it is Sunday.
But literally that's the same argument.
Yeah, but you know.
Anyway, who else is going to be at the NRC? RNC. NRC. The RNC. The Boris and Natasha.
That's not their names.
Tell me they don't remind you of Boris and Natasha.
Nah, Boris and Natasha had some swag though.
No.
Do you see the way that they were holding them guns? They were like trying to.
They were the original Jesse and James.
Hey, let's get the same camera. Wait, you gotta come over here.
What?
Get the same camera.
All right.
Actually, let's do yours because you got the background. It's like more indicative of Rocky and Bullwinkle. So, dang it, I'm too tall. No, like as soon as I saw it, I was like, they're doing a new Bullwinkle because that's Boris and Natasha. She even had on like a striped shirt with like a mustard stain. Like it was, I don't know if Boris and Natasha eat mustard, but whatever.
Who's Boris and Natasha?
From Rocky and Bullwinkle.
No, I know, but like
the people.
Oh, the actual.
Yeah, the stand-in that we're talking about.
So there was a protest, and they were just walking peacefully down the street. And this couple, which happens to be two lawyers.
Oh,
Yeah.
the glass. Oh,
They were outside
homeowners,
their
yes.
house, and they were like pointing guns at the protesters who were just walking by,
Yeah.
like threatening them when they were just walking by.
Yeah.
It's like what police do. Never mind. Anyway,
Yeah, so they'll be speaking at the RNC.
what will they have to say?
Something about Second Amendment rights and protecting your property. Because Trump signed that executive order that stated that if you were to take down a statue, you would
it's like
face
10 years.
10 years in jail. Oh, we like prison. We like the term prison. I thought it was fascinating that he brought that up in a speech where earlier he had stated that prison reform was one of the things that his administration had gotten done that no other administration had gotten done before. We've been trying for like 40 years, but we passed it. And also, if you mess with property, you're going to jail for 10 years.
Yeah. Isn't that right, Natasha?
Yes.
Clutch.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's what they remind me of. And if they had accent like Russian accent, Ukrainian, where are they from?
Wow. Boris and Natasha or the lawyers?
Boris and Natasha.
Rocky and Bullwinkle was Soviet Union era. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's probably Russian, but like Soviet Union at that time was big.
Is Rocky and Bullwinkle Joe and
But they're all
Kamala?
No,
I mean,
it's that couple.
no. I said Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Because okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Huh. No, well. No, they're not. That's how Bullwinkle sounds in my head because it's probably bad impersonation.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
That's good because we gotta wrap this up anyway. Next week on our show, what are we doing? What's funny about that is we never have that conversation until like 5 minutes before the show starts. So me saying that was definitely like an empty setup.
Next week,
Yeah.
COVID.
You think so?
We're definitely talking about COVID. We're definitely talking about the RNC.
Oh, you didn't ask me. That was rude.
What was I supposed to
I
ask
asked
you?
you what you were expecting.
What are you expecting?
No. I'm gonna phrase the question for you.
Yes.
It was, what did I say? It was, what are people hoping to see from Trump at the RNC?
Okay. So, Marlon, what are people expecting and or hoping to see from Trump?
A resignation, actually. I think he's just gonna get up there and be like, I can't win. Not even gonna try.
You would never say that. All the work he's done to dismantle USPS
And democracy.
and the rest of the country.
And just voting rights.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never say that.
Wow. Capitalism rules.
Capitalism rules. All right. Next week, RNC, I'm sure. COVID, probably. I bet we could talk about schools again because UT will start next week. We're probably not going to talk about that.
No. Hey, how many days?
How
many days do you think they're going to stay open before they close?
I'll give it 2 weeks.
A whole 2 weeks? You think they'll go a whole 2 weeks
Yeah.
without a case? Or
Well, if you think about it, it's I think they'll be good for so you have the weekend, right?
the artist, the weekend? Yes.
So school starts Wednesday.
Yes.
You have the weekend for people to throw parties that they shouldn't have. COVID takes a week to really show symptoms. So that's when they'll go in for testing. Those tests will get evaluated by Thursday because it's gonna be there's a lot. It's gonna be full. So they'll be evaluated by Thursday, and then they'll have a number. Sorry, I'm all off the screen with my graph. They'll have a number.
It's just like Dr. Burks. It's okay.
Yeah, then they'll have a number where they can say, okay, this is too many cases, and so about 2 weeks. That's when they're shutting it all down.
Are they having to do the bubble thing too?
UT?
Yeah.
How?
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Put 50,000 students in one bubble?
Well, not in one bubble. Well, you have a section of bubbles, like a bathtub. All the bubbles are together, but they're also
separate.
apart. Yes, they're separate but equal.
No. What's going to happen is generally they're going to basically like, oh, we trust our students to like be responsible and blah, 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 blah. And that seems like BS, just so that they can charge in-person tuition or like essentially not change tuition because they're going to say they're not changing the service when generally they are. And then it's all going to go online and then they can blame students like, well, if students had just self-distance and stuff, all the stuff that that they're not going to do. And generally they're probably not even expecting that they'll do. Yeah.
So do you think, I'm going to ask you this. You're an expert on UT matters.
I'm not, but go ahead.
Do you think the COVID-19 cases at UT are going to be higher than the STI cases at UT?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes.
Is it because they're doing more testing?
No. No, it is not.
Because, I mean, those are both things that you should probably bring up to your partner. Like, hey, I was at this party the other night and I think I caught something.
What's what kind of something?
It's like I'm burning in multiple places right now. Not quite sure.
Well, if you can't breathe now, you certainly won't. When we find out what this is, you definitely won't be able to breathe. You better hope it's COVID.
And with that, I think we can leave.
Yeah, honestly, I think that'd be a good excuse, though. Like, if you really had something you were burning, it'd be like, nah, I can't see you, I got COVID.
Yeah, I got a quarantine for 14 weeks, so I hope this shampoo works.
Like, I thought you got a vaccine, I don't know what happened.
So it turns out I got the strain of COVID, the mutated strain, where I'm going to have to be taking this medication for a long time, like the rest of my life. They said it was not her coronavirus.
Coronavirus. It is a virus that I got.
This is true. That's what happens when you don't wear protection, kids. Mask up. Mask up.
Wear your mask.
Glove up. Get your lube and your, what's that stuff called? Hand sanitizer. Yeah.
Nail dams. Everything.
That's right. Communicate with your partners. But, through like FaceTime or something. Don't go see them.
Nah, especially if you got COVID.
The Rona's burning my loins.
Loins. Unless you're talking about like pork.
The same people who got gangrene, apparently.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Yeah, I can't fake that. I just don't feel out of place no more, and I'm the one that made that. I can't fake that. I just don't feel out of place no more, and I'm the one that made that. I can't fake that. I just don't feel out of place no more, and I'm